All right, guys, welcome back to another video. It's your man Jay. So today we're gonna look at the Pixel 8 Pro after a week, and I think I'm right at a week at the recording of this video. So disclaimer: Google sent this one over, and then I picked up an Obsidian as well, and I'm recording with the Obsidian. So I wanted to give you Google Pixel 8 camera footage while talking about the Google Pixel 8. So I'm going to start with something that I start with. Is sometimes if it has to be addressed, I do address it. But in the end, I think this is where I need to start with this particular device, and that is battery life. And so I'm going to be as transparent as I can right here with this situation. So this being the one that Google sent over, I did not activate service on this one. I actually activated service on the one I'm recording with, which is my Obsidian. And the Obsidian one, I kept it on 5G since day one. I've had this device for 7 days, and I've had the Obsidian one that I got myself for 6 days. So I've been comparing the battery life, and initially when I reported that I was able to get a day and a half, 2 days with this device, the truth is I was on Wi-Fi the entire time, or airplane mode. And so that's 6.5 hours of screen on time that I got. In the end, I think I capped off at almost 7 hours of screen on time. But that was 2 days of use with 7 hours of screen on time or so. But that was on Wi-Fi and or airplane mode, because I do take this device out of the house because I've been recording with it, and it's been a good experience. So battery life over Wi-Fi for me has been roughly 2 days or so, with about 7 hours of screen on time possibly. And then on the 5G one, the one that I have set up, I'm recording with, that I'm using on 5G, that one I've been able to grab over a day, about a day and almost a day and a half, with roughly about 5 hours and 5 to 6 hours of screen on time. It just depends on what I'm doing. So while I don't like to measure screen on time, some of you guys are still confused by that, why I don't like to measure screen on time, because I'm not, some of you guys are just on your phone all day. I have devices that they have great standby time that I only get 2 hours of screen on time on it, if you want to measure the screen on time, but it lasted for 5 days. I mean, I have other things going on in my life than being on a cell phone. Even though I do cell phone reviews, and I have a lot of cell phones, I try not to limit myself to just looking at a small screen all day. There's way more things in life that I could be doing that I'm enjoying doing. So when I measure a phone being off the charger and it's a better experience for me, just accept that. That's the way I view it. I know a lot of you guys view the screen on time as the most important thing, but some of you guys report the screen on time 10 hours. Again, I've been through this, but you only get 16 hours out of the total battery. That's not good to me. That means you're tied to a charger. You have just way too much time on your phone. You need a break. That's just my thoughts on it. But nonetheless, over Wi-Fi, I could easily grab more than 2 days and get between 5 and 7 hours of screen on time. But over 5G, it's more like a day and a half, almost 2 days, with about 5 to 7 hours. So if you want to measure it, that's the way it's happening for me. It's not going to be like that for you. You're going to have a better experience, or you're going to have a worse experience. That's up for you. I don't know. Battery life always depends on the user, the applications, the widgets. There's just so many things that go into this battery life thing. It's incredible. So outside of battery, I want to applaud Google for staying with this design element, this design language right here. Now, here's my 7. I sold my 7.8. Here's the 7A. And the 6A is when they first got into this arena of, this camera bar right here. Really the 6P, but, we'll leave that up for interpretation and discussion. But once they stepped away from this design language, this was a cool design language too. But then when you see it next to these, this just looks, this looks weird actually. But this is a nice setup here, and they're going to stay with it, and I hope they do. This was the 5A and the 6 and the 5, or the 5 and the 5A. 5 backwards, this is what you're looking at. And this is a really good design element right here, design language. It's a nice unibody design, headphones. It's just really good. It's a good look. I like that look. But, Google, when they moved to this design right here, I really appreciated it. And so this hardware, with this being a smaller device, it doesn't feel as bad because it's not too big. This is the 6A, and obviously this is the 7A, and you can see it's roughly the same size. The 7A is a little bit wider, and the 6A is like the perfect size cell phone if you're gonna have a boxy style like this. But I can appreciate once they went to this design, I liked it a lot. And and then they went to the 7 and the 7 Pro. They went to the 6 and 6 Pro. But once you get into the 7, this is the 7A in the middle here. This design language here is something I hope they stay with. I really hope they stay with this because I can appreciate it, man. I really, really, really like what they're doing there. And what I don't like, and what I didn't really like in the end, is how they went in this direction with the Pixel Fold. I feel that way. Like if you look at the Pixel 8, this could have been and should have been the bar that's on this device too. It would have flowed perfectly into the sides, just like this one. It's right to the edge there. Some reason they chose this design element, and I really hope and pray that they deviate from this quick as possible. Not really a fan of that look. And then when you get to the 8 lineup, the 8 lineup is beautiful. Now, if you're just tuning in right now, you're skipping through, I'm recording with an 8 Pro that I picked up, and then this is the 8 Pro that Google sent out. This bay color, because people are fascinated with the bay color, and I am too, to be honest. You throw the watch in there too, and it's just a hit, man. Like this is a major, it's a major flex, I'll say. The other colors are very subtle, and not very flashy, not very look at me or whatever. So this is a good look. This is a good look right here. This hardware is a serious flex, and Google knew what they were doing. So the reason I'm recording with my Pixel 8 Pro is because I wanted to give you video footage as I talk about the cameras on here, because I have to. The camera footage on here is just incredible. Let me see if I can get into some of my photos here. Here's a video that I shot with like the last video I did on my car channel. It was done with this device. Let me crank up the brightness here. And I did it with blur. This is beautiful. I just put it on the tripod, and it actually came out really good. So let's see if we can get a quick listen at the audio. I didn't use any external microphones or anything. I just put it on blur and start recording. And they're getting people's orders ready. So when they get allocations, first person in line gets the first allocation. So I'm actually going to be on with 2 different dealers this time. That's my discussion of my new Corvette order. But nonetheless, you look at how the quality is on here. The cameras, and again, I'm recording with the Pixel 8 Pro, and I'm showing you these like here's some photos I was taking of one of my watches, still brand new sealed, that I got, and the Hazel watch, so beautiful. I got that with my porcelain Pixel Fold. These are just photos that I've taken with this device, and photos are great. I already love photos on this device. I mean, it's a Pixel, so I'm gonna have great photos. This is a guarantee. You're guaranteed to have a phenomenal photo. Even if you're a novice, you can take a photo with a Pixel and guarantee that it will come out. You have a lot of functionality in the cameras that I don't talk about much, like all the tips and tricks and things like the Magic Eraser. If you want to see stuff like that, I always post that on my Instagram and things like that, but I don't talk about it much in videos, folks, because honestly, I don't use it very often. It's like that extended zoom that you might use every now and then, you know what I mean? Like on the S23 Ultra and in the iPhone. But these are just photos, random photos I was recording and footage. You can see how well this thing does, man. This is just a beautiful set of cameras. And so the cameras on the 8 Pro are sure to impress. If you want to take photos, if you want to take video, you for sure are going to be impressed, because Google has definitely upped their game for video. And I'm proving it to you right now by using, and if you really want to believe me, here's my iPhone. I normally will record with this sometimes, so I'm going to go ahead and show you here. I'm going to flip the camera and show you that I'm actually recording with the Pixel 8 Pro. You can see the Pixel 8 Pro right there. And here's the other Pro right here. There you go. See, there's my Obsidian. Here's the one Google sent out. So I'm showing you right now this is a scenario where you could get the same type of quality I'm totally blown away at what Google has done with the video cameras. We all know pictures are going to be great. We know this is a thing, and we just have to accept the fact now. You don't have to, but I accept the fact that Google is in the video game. They are in the game. Stop, be quiet, Google. They are in the game now. I can faithfully recommend a Pixel 8 Pro if you shoot video. You are in the conversation now. You were standing on the sidelines a lot. You got benched a lot. Pixels got benched a whole bunch for video. But I'm working on an HDR video, and I will put that out. It's going to go out on my car channel more than likely, but I'll do one for this channel too. Because I've been using the Pixel 8 Pro to shoot a lot of channel for my video for my car channel, because it is just that good. The Pixel 8 Pro is that good for video. We knew these cameras were going to hit, but we didn't know they were going to hit on video. And when Google said in the conference, in the event, saying, yeah, we worked on our video. We worked on our video. My chair was sinking on me. Worked on our video. I was like, yeah. But once I shot that first video, folks, ooh-wee, I was done. I was like, this is a wrap. So cameras, we know they're great. They're going to be good. But Google's also known for their software. They're extremely accurate software, meaning I use voice to send long messages. I use voice to send very long messages. And the accuracy of what I'm saying is on point. They have some of the best dictation. And it's not something that's new, but they have some of the best dictation you could ever want in a device. Enough said. I still use call screen. I love that. I've been playing around with the Magic Eraser. I'm ready for the audio eraser. That's going to be nice right there. And every other feature drop that they do, I will test it, but I'm not going to tell you I'm going to use it every day. The main thing is video and photos and social media, and definitely responding to emails on this beautiful display. Now, you saw me pull up some pictures and things that I've done, but just looking at how beautiful this display is, I'm going to show you real quick. Let me pull up something here. Hold on. So here is a video in HDR. I didn't shoot this with the Pixel, so this one I'm just showing you how beautiful the display is. I mean, this is crazy. This is beautiful footage. This is footage of my Corvette, but this content, this viewed on this display is so beautiful. I think the only thing they could do to this display next, because it has a peak brightness of 2400, I believe. Only thing they could do next is ditch the camera in the screen and go under display camera, and you can have a clean look when you're watching video. That would be nice. Speaker quality is on point.
1,500 miles. I'll probably do an oil change. I'm not sure. I'm not gonna
Over video, it's not gonna sound the best, but in person, unless I hold it directly to the mic, but in person, I'm telling you folks, you will be impressed with what you see on the screen here. This ginormous display is just on point. Just look at this. That is sick. That's good. A screenshot for post that on social media. I love doing HDR screenshots like that. Like I'll have something in HDR, then I'll post it. Anyway, this is a beautiful display. And you cannot go wrong with this display, period. So what else is it? You've got software, you've got beautiful cameras, you've got great performance, you've got really decent battery. Obviously, I would want more battery. I would love for this thing to go 10 days on a charge, you know what I mean, and give me 10 hours of screen on time. But it's just not happening yet. The optimization of the chip and the battery size all play a part. And so, that's just the way it is right now. But a week later with this thing, the honest truth is, folks, this is a great device. The hype has been over. After 3 days of this device, the hype was over. Okay, yeah, I was in awe of the color, but I actually picked up a Obsidian. I really like I think Obsidian is sleek. But this piece of tech right here has so much more power and so much more to offer to consumers that, no one's really going to be able to take advantage of all of that power. We never have been able to. We just, depending on who you are, unless you're a serious photo editor, a videographer, a movie creator. I mean, you're not doing it with a phone. So, and if you do, I recommend you grab like a Sony or something like that. That's pretty much a mirrorless camera in a phone. But nonetheless, this phone can do it. It can shoot videos. It can blog. It can do everything. And I think you'll probably be hard pressed to pass on this with only one flaw, or not flaw, but only one thing you might complain about is the memory options versus the price. And I'm going to agree with you because I don't think there should be a 128 gig version of this device. I think it should start at 256 gig and just ditch the 128 gig. Just ditch it. It's not that it's a bad thing, but ultimately they're giving more options. If you look at it that way, you have more options, but at the same time, start those options at a higher memory option. You know what I mean? Like, something wrong with that. So it's your man Jay, a week with this device, a week with two of them, one on 5G, one on Wi-Fi. They're both great. Now, to address some of the things that people have said before, like overheating, all this, I'm not having any problems right now. If I have a problem, I've always reported it to you guys, but I'm flowing right now. So my Pixel 8 Pro that I'm recording with has been going for how many minutes? 15, 16 minutes or so? No problems. Everything's good. Let me touch it real quick. Kind of coolish, warm to the touch. It's still all right. And I'm recording in 4K, so what more do you ask for? It's your man Jay. Hope you guys enjoyed. How do you feel about the Pixel if you had yours the same amount of time as me? Or if you're coming up on a week? Or just whatever your time with it, how do you feel about it so far? I think it's a hot device, and I think it speaks volumes of what Google can actually do with the hardware. And I'm pleased. Like, if I had to use this for 2 years or 7 years, because they have 7 years of software updates, if this was my last smartphone that I bought, I think I'd be pretty happy with it. For 7 years, like, because you're not going to be focusing on, you're just going to be going, you're going to be using it, because there's plenty of people that keep their phones for longer than that, and they don't care what model it is. They're just using it. It needs to be there for them. And that's how I feel about it at this point. I could definitely rock this for 7 years because the hardware is right. I got the matching watch if you want to flex like that. I mean, everything is here. Software support, camera quality, video quality. I don't know. It's your man Jay. Hope you guys enjoyed. See you in the next one. Take care.